Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a new Sephora haul, and I'm also going to be trying all of this on because I pretty much have a full face in here because I just spent another $200 at Sephora so I could try out some of these new makeup products. We have a lot to get through today and I want to get all this on my face. Let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, welcome. Before we jump in, I show an outfit of the day in the beginning of my videos. Usually if I'm just going to be getting ready, I'm still in like very getting ready type of clothes. I just have on some gray biker shorts from Target, my slippers. This is just a workout top. I don't even know. I think it's from like a Nike outlet store or something like that. So that's all we're wearing so far, but I am excited for this. So it would have been last week, I think it was, when the ABH Nouveau palette came out in Sephora. I ran over to Sephora to purchase that. There was quite a few other things that I really wanted, but they just did not have them in store. So I ended up just placing an order online. I was very sad though, because that was the day that I had a 15% off a coupon from Sephora for a purchase I had made in the past. And it was like, oh, and now you can use this 15% off. And I was like, sweet. So I go in store, I spend like $80, get 15% off. Then I come home and place an online order and spend $200 and then get told it's a one-time use coupon. That's my fault. I should have looked. I should have realized that it was only gonna be a one-time use, but I wasn't even thinking about it, so instead we just spent $200 at Sephora. So, you know, that's fine. But I'm just gonna go ahead, I will run through everything and then we will start trying these products on and seeing what we think. I do have another eyeshadow palette in here, so I'm not gonna be using the Anastasia Nouveau, but I have the first impression here on YouTube. I have some tutorials on my Instagram, which is March Beauty Word. And then I did also do a short where I put together 2 different tutorials using that palette, and I have them up here on YouTube. So I have a lot of different looks with that palette. I've been playing with it a ton, but I do have a new palette for today's video. That is from McGrath. This is the mini eyeshadow palette in Midnight Voyage. How do I open this? Why does it come like this? Do we have to keep doing this, Pat? Guess I should be glad it doesn't have, didn't these used to have a ton of like sequins in here? Oh, that's like when someone sends you a birthday card and has glitter in it and then the glitter goes all over you and you're like, that was cruel. But this tiny little palette, it was only $29, which I mean, I would hope so because it is teeny, teeny, tiny, but I don't know, I don't mind small palettes. It is so hard for me. This is what I do full time. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. I'm constantly trying new products. It's really hard for me to go through eyeshadows. So if I see something smaller and for not as steep of a price point as her other palettes usually are, like, I'm okay with it. But I did see my friend Karen Harris compare this to a chicken nugget, which I just thought was fabulous. The review that we all absolutely needed to have. But I love purples, so when I saw this one, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't typically love the McGrath eyeshadow formula a ton, but again, something smaller, mini, less expensive. It's like, I'm gonna try it out. I also got from Summer Fridays, this is their Shade Drops Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Mineral Milk Sunscreen. I bought the Ilia like tinted SPF recently and I actually really enjoy it. I should have a video coming on like summer staples, and I talk about kind of my no makeup look that I've been doing, and I do mention the Ilia in there, so a sneak peek. But I mentioned the Ilia and I was really surprised because I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it, because I have also tried their other, like the drops, and I really did not like those. It also does have SPF 30. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I do live in the desert. It is very, very hot in Las Vegas. All next week is like 105 or above, so always looking to protect myself. So wanted to pick up that one. Also, if you're new, I hope that you will subscribe because I like to talk about makeup, try makeup, and then just chat. I'm just like a chatty channel. And I could chat with you about all these lip products that I bought, because I bought three new lip products here. So from Kosas, I got their Hot Liner Hyaluronic Acid Plumping Lip Liner. I got the shade Peak, which is described as a warm rosy beige. I didn't feel like they had a ton of different shade options, and I was like, I don't feel like I have a lot of lip liners in this shade, so I was like, I'm gonna go for it. So I will be trying this today. I like the packaging on this though. That looks really nice. All right, and then 2 different lip products from Give Beauty. I talked about wanting to pick up one of their matte lipsticks. When this launched, it originally just came out in the red lipsticks, kind of Gwen Stefani's signature, but now they came out with some nudes. So I ended up going with Tragic Me. So I like the packaging on this. There is Tragic Me. So I might just try all 3 of the lip products in today's video, because then I grabbed a gloss. This is from Tarte. This is their Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump, and I got it in the shade Peachy Beige. So I might just like try all 3 today and see how we're feeling. But so many people talk about these. So many people are hyping these up. So, oh, push it up here. Okay. So we're gonna give it a shot. I don't know. I'm gonna see if it really is worth all of the buzz it's getting. I did also want to grab something from the Haus Labs rebrand that's now at Sephora. So I got the Powder Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. I got mine in the shade Light Level 4. Oh, the packaging is very nice. Okay. I love bronzers. I love testing out bronzers. So this was a pretty easy decision for me. I almost wonder if it'll be too dark, but my face, like my body is definitely a lot tanner than my face and my neck. So we'll give that one a shot. And then, oh, another product that I got from Give Beauty. I did mention this in last week's video, but I'm throwing it in here because I was just focusing on the Nouveau palette. But from Give Beauty, this is the Hella On Point Brow Pencil. I like testing out brow pencils, and what? This one sounded like something I would like. So you have spoolie on one side, and then you have more of a fine brow pencil on the other. So we'll give this one a shot today too. I believe I got it in the shade 2 is what it's telling me. There's just a random 2 on here, so I'm assuming that's the shade. Just a couple more products, just a couple more. And one of them was free. Yay. From Saie Beauty, this is their Hydro Beam Sheer Brightening Under Eye Concealer. I like testing out concealer. I feel like I've heard really mixed reviews. At first, I was hearing only positive things about this one, and then I've started to see the negative reviews rolling in, so I'm very curious to give this one a shot. I do have somewhere to be after this, so if it doesn't work out, it's not gonna be a good thing. But I got mine in the shade, I believe this is telling me 2. It's really hard to read, but I think that says 2. We're gonna try that. And then finally, this was like a point perk. This is from K18, and this is the Leave-In Molecular Repair Hair Mask. My stylist, when she was doing my hair last week, this is what she used, and they said they're really liking it. So I saw this for like 100 points, and I was like, sure. So I'm gonna throw this one in my shower. But that is everything that I picked up in my latest Sephora haul. This is like a, it's like a follow-up to my Will I Buy It series. Like, will I buy it? Yeah. Yeah, I bought it, thanks. Okay, welcome. So to start off, I'm just gonna start with my face. I'm gonna use the Natasha Denona High-Gen Skin Glass. I purchased this from Sephora maybe like last month or so, and I've been enjoying it. I've paired it with a lot of my different complexion products, and I like it. It makes my skin nice and glowy, especially when I'm doing this very no makeup type of look. I still like to have like glowy, dewy looking skin. But we are first gonna jump into the Summer Friday Shade Drops SPF 30. So this retailed for $36. So again, the one from Ilia was $64. So curious if I'll like this one even more than the $64 product. But it says it's a lightweight, reef-friendly SPF 30 mineral sunscreen, helps shield skin from UV rays. Also supposed to leave you with a soft, natural-looking finish. Supposed to be a lightweight serum. Looks like it's good for all skin types. It does also have squalene, which was interesting to me because that is one of my favorite skincare products. So I'm just going to shake it up to let the Natasha Denona sink in for a few minutes here. And then I'm just gonna go ahead like so. So the one with Ilia is tinted, and they do have different shades. So I got Tone 2 is what it was called in the Ilia. So it's like, okay, you know, that does a little bit, you know, that does even out my skin tone and things like that. So is that worth the extra $30? Now we're just gonna have to go ahead and see. But I'm first just going to run this all over and see if I notice any benefits to my skin, or if it really is just, you know, a sunscreen. I have some of my other famous sunscreens. Who? I have some other favorite facial sunscreens. I do also have sensitive skin, so sometimes not all sunscreens work out for me. I've gone through a lot of ones that have left me with some pretty bad acne scars, but this one says it's supposed to glide over skin like a serum, delivering SPF and skincare benefits. It has vitamins, antioxidants, and soothing chamomile. It's supposed to give you that soft, natural finish. Definitely still notice the glow, which could be the mixture of the Natasha Denona, but my skin looks very hydrated right now. I'll be curious to see how other products lay down on top of it, but I don't know. Is this gonna be worth it? Is it not? Am I gonna stick with my other sunscreens? I don't know, but I just I wanted to give that one a try. So next up for concealer, we're gonna try out this one from Saie Beauty, their Hydra Beam Brightening and Hydrating Under Eye Concealer. This retails for $26. It's supposed to be a lightweight, ultra hydrating concealer that visibly brightens, blurs, and smooths skin to create an all-over radiant finish. We do have more of the standard doe foot here, and I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see what the shade looks like on my under eyes and then maybe add it to other places. Since that is more of just like the SPF and there's no real like coverage to it or anything, and I do have some marks that I would like to cover, but let me try this on my under eyes first. So I'm just gonna add a little bit here. I don't think that's gonna be a bad shade match for me, so I am gonna add a little bit to areas that I would like to cover. I'm gonna use a Sonia G brush. This is the soft concealer. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend those out. Usually when it comes to concealer, I kind of like something that's more full coverage. Like I like a light coverage foundation or skin tint, but then I want my concealer to be a little bit more full coverage. I do not sleep the best. I do not sleep the best, and I feel like I can kind of pretty much always tell that from my under eyes. So sometimes I need a little bit more. So I'm not sure I'll love a light coverage, but I wanted to give it a shot because so many people just had such good things to say about it. Already looking, let me zoom you in more. I feel like it kind of looks really dry right here. I can sometimes deal with dry under eyes, but I really haven't been noticing an issue with my other concealers. But can you see how it's kind of like picking up right here? Kind of just looks a little crusty, I would say. We'll keep blending it out. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Again, like I said, I've heard really rave reviews and then like really bad reviews. Other than that, it's easy to blend, but it's kind of doing it on this eye too, where it's just kind of a little bit crusty looking right here, right in the center. Okay. Like I said, I haven't been noticing that with my other concealers. I often don't do a radiant finish either. I can definitely tell it's leaving the under eyes a little bit more glowy, which I don't know if I would say like I don't like it, but it's not typically what I'm going for. And then usually a powder kind of tamps that down anyways, but I don't know. I'm curious to see how it will wear. And with it being such a light coverage, I feel like it really didn't do a whole lot on the different spots around my face. Again, usually I'm using like the LYS or the Lancome Tinty Dull or something that just has a little bit more coverage, but we'll use some powder and see how it goes. I'm just gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury powder and dust a little bit that on here. I'm using a Rephr 18. Okay, here is the under eyes after the powder. I don't know if I'm totally loving it because I just feel like something kind of odd is happening right in there, but otherwise not bad. And I feel like it has more coverage than I thought that it was going to. Not quite to some of my other ones that I love, but I feel like it covered more than I thought it was going to. I thought like my under eye circles were gonna be much more pronounced, and they're not as bad as I was thinking it might be. I still feel like too, even with the powder, you can still see that they're pretty, I feel like there's more of a glow to my under eyes. Okay, all right, all right. I am just gonna do a light dusting of my Dior powder. I feel like it's been a second since I've used this in a video, but I still use my Dior powder quite frequently, especially doing very light coverage or no makeup looks. If I feel like I need a little bit of oomph, I'm gonna go into my Dior because I love it. So I'm gonna use the BK Beauty 105, and because that SPF is really just an SPF, I want to add just a little bit more coverage. Like I said, I do have somewhere I'm going after I film this video. I'm actually going to the Lip Lab here in Las Vegas. So Angie and I did this when we went to New York, and then I ended up getting invited to the grand opening in Nashville. I'm not really sure how that happened, but it was the weekend that we were going to New York. And so I'd messaged them back to say that, and I was like, but I'm in Las Vegas. Like, I don't know if there was like confusion as to where I lived, but I was like, I'm in Las Vegas, so if there's ever anything like you want here. And so they asked if I would come to do, create some content for them at the fashion show mall. About wanting to do some more Vegas videos and like itineraries and things like that, because I love this city so much. And also travel was my major in college. So it's like, ooh, to be able to create some content where I can also, you know, add in my background, I think would be a really cool thing. That so beautiful, yes, yes. So yesterday I got to go to a really fun coffee shop. It was called Coffee Religion, and we actually got to do the tea service. I went with another Vegas blogger and we got to do their tea service. So we had like 2 pots of tea. We had this like bird cage looking thing come out with like finger sandwiches and avocado toast and little desserts. And we had some of their iced coffee, and it was such a fun experience. So I love being able to get to do this stuff around here. I love my city. I love where I live. This was like always my dream city since I was in my young 20s. So to get to live here and get to have these experiences and opportunities with different places, and I get asked all the time from you guys like, where should I stay? Where should I eat? Where's the best places? What can I do off the strip? What if I don't drink? What if I don't gamble? What if I don't like the clubs? What if I come with kids? And I just would love to be able to share my different experiences and the different places that I'm finding around here. Because there's always, I mean, there's just nonstop things to do and things to discover. So I'm gonna go maybe do a little shopping as well, because I am going on vacation next week, which I am very excited for. Next, I'm gonna jump into the Haus Labs bronzer. Again, got mine in the shade 4. So this one retails for $38. It's a cutting edge, clean bronzing powder that blurs and defines with a natural looking second skin finish. Okay, once again, this also has squalene in it. Very interesting to me. So I'm gonna use from Rephr. This is their 22 brush. I was a lot more excited when I saw the Haus Labs rebrand than what they first came out with. I talked about in a Will I Buy It video that just nothing was really interesting me. I even went to a pop-up shop when I was in LA one time, and I looked around at everything and I was like, I'm just not vibing with this. I really like the direction that they've gone now, and I really enjoy that they're in Sephora as well. So I definitely wanted to get something from them. I will say, I thought that they were gonna be in stores here, and I was gonna go and just buy a little bit of everything that released. And then the only store they were in was on the strip, and it was a day that was like 111 degrees. Like, it was so crazy hot. It was a Friday. I was like, I just don't know. And then when I looked a little bit closer at everything, I was like, I feel like the only thing that's really sticking out to me is the bronzer. I thought about the highlighter, but I'm just not highlighting as much these days. And they are more expensive products, and I was already spending a lot of money. I've been spending so much money on makeup. I really do need to get my life together there. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab the bronzer. And I've seen some other reviews come in on some of the other products, and I'm like, I think this was the right call. I don't know if I would have absolutely like lost my socks over anything else. This might actually be a little bit too dark, but I'm actually building it up quite a bit. So it's definitely not as dark as I thought that it was going to be. I love bronzers and I love testing them out, which means I'm also kind of particular with my bronzers. This one, like, my first thought is it's nice and it's going on smoothly, but it's not giving me that vibe of this is so, my 2 favorite words, buildable and blendable. I'm not getting those vibes from it. There's some other bronzers where it's just like, it's so smooth and it's so natural looking, and I just feel like I could apply the bronzer all day and my life would be going really swell. Like, this is pretty, I like it. Like, I don't think it looks like patchy or blotchy. I don't know, maybe it's the shade. Not that I think it's super orange, but I don't know. It's good. My first impression, just my first thought is I like it. I'm just not kind of like losing my mind over it. And it's $38, so I'm definitely gonna keep trying it out. I want to like it, that's for sure. It's just one of those things with bronzers. I feel like I can tell right away that it's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm just kind of like, okay. All right. I didn't buy a blush, so I'm just gonna pop on some of the Dior Rosy Glow. Again, I got this in a Sephora haul recently. I'm using another Sonia G brush. This is the Face Pro. Another sneak peek to an upcoming video, but I do mention my love of this one. This is the most long wearing blush ever. To me, it's a lot more wearable than what I was seeing in the pan. It's like, I don't know if I can pull off that kind of like neon blush, but it's definitely not quite as intense as what it looks like here. Okay, I think it's really pretty. And then I'm gonna do my brows before we hop into the eyeshadow palette. So again, from Give Beauty, their brow pencil. So I'll just do my brows quickly. It's a little bit hard for me to talk while I do my brows, but I will do my best here. So first I just go through and kind of spoolie them up and into shape. And today's video, since I did have so much to try on from Sephora, like we basically have a full face here, I am gonna do a new update video soon. A lot of times if I'm trying new makeup, I'm also kind of chatting. But for today, since we just had so much new makeup to get through, I kind of just wanted to focus it on this. But I do have some health updates to share. I did kind of talk about it a little bit in this week's Will I Buy It video. Had all of my test results come in. So if you're new here, I was having some issues, especially with food. Anytime I would eat, I was getting really bloated. A lot of times I was feeling nauseous or even getting sick while eating. I was gaining weight even though I wasn't able to eat food or keep food down. It was like something just seems really off here. And I had first learned, and I talked about this in a video, about having really high cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone. So I've been working on trying to take real time off and not be as attached to my phone and not working such long hours, trying to get better sleep and all of that. So that was something I was working on, but we also got in my food sensitivity test, and also I did do a stool sample. So we have all of the labs back, and as I'm filming, I had my doctor's appointment yesterday and got all of the information, and I really know a lot about what's going on with my body now. And the good news is it's nothing that's super serious, nothing that my doctor was incredibly alarmed about. And you know, with some lifestyle changes, I'm gonna do the elimination diet after my vacation, some supplements that I'm adding in. So I will make a more detailed video on that because I know a lot of you are very curious, and it sounds like quite a few of you are going through some similar problems. So I will be doing an update on that shortly. This brow pencil, okay, I'm liking it. It's almost just like it's taking too much time. I like pencils like this, more of the micro pencils, like the Benefit Precisely My Brow. You know, Benefit does also have the Goof Proof, which kind of reminded me a little bit of the other one from Give Beauty. And I know that Angie liked that one, but just kind of the micro tip, that's usually more my speed, but this one is almost taking too long to do. And I feel like it's maybe a shade too light. I was kind of bummed because Sephora didn't have any 3s in stock. They only had 2 and 4. I was like, I don't know, 4 looks a little dark for me, but 2 is almost like too light. So I feel like it's taking me more time to do it as well. I've been really thinking about doing like the brow lamination or something like that, because I just don't like having to sit here and do my brows all the time, you know what I mean? But if anyone's doing a brow lamination thing, I have to do some research on and see if I can find a place out here. Like, I don't think my brows look bad. I don't know, I kind of feel like that maybe is a little bit more of a natural shade. I did just also lighten my hair, so that could be it too. It took me longer than I was hoping for, so. Okay, I don't feel like I've had like a home run product yet. So I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath Midnight Voyage palette, and then also Sydney Grace just launched some new brushes. So I'm gonna be trying these. They sent some over in PR, so I just grabbed out some of the eye brushes to use. So again, everything that I'm using is always listed in my description box, but I do love me a good purple moment. I've been trying to decide what it is that I wanna do. I think I just really wanna lean in to the purple. So I'm first gonna grab their, oh, it doesn't say what, they don't have like different names. Okay, so I'm gonna grab what looks like a blending brush from the Sydney Grace, and I'm gonna grab this second matte at the top here. I'm gonna take this above the crease and start to blend that back and forth. Ooh, that's a very soft brush, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. I feel a little bit as I'm blending it, it's kind of not blending into nothing because I can still see something, but it doesn't have like a ton of oomph to it, but we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna grab a bit of a smaller brush and then this deeper purple here on the bottom. I'm gonna pack this on the outer part of my eye like so, and then just kind of slightly work it into the crease. When shadows are this dark, I get a little bit afraid of them and a little bit worried about if they'll be super patchy. Because like I mentioned, my 2 favorite words, buildable and blendable, I don't have the most patience for blending out shadows. So that's why I like them to be the BB, because then it's just easier for me to use. Whereas like if they're too much too fast, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm starting to regret this. Sephora purchase. Okay, everything's fine. But do you see it? Like, I feel like it's kind of doing the same with this one. Like, it's just kind of blending into, like, I don't know. All right. Okay, we're just gonna add some to the other side, not panic. I just feel like when you first lay it down, it looks like it's gonna be this beautiful deep purple shade, and then the moment you start blending it, it's like, just kind of, like, this to me looks like my eyeshadow at the end of a really long night. Like, that's kind of how I would describe it. Okay, well, I don't know if I should keep adding or I'm not sure. Maybe just do a little bit more. But do you see? I feel like that looks definitely not panicking. And I'm gonna pick up this, like, I just really wanted to do, I love monochromatic looks. When I play with colors, oftentimes very monochromatic. So I'm gonna grab this purple shimmer with more of a flat shader brush. And I'm gonna pack this all over the lid. Okay, that's pretty. Okay, that looks pretty. Maybe just kind of cover up that matte purple. That one not so good. That's a pretty shade. I'm getting a little bit of fallout, but nothing, you know, nothing super extreme. I'm gonna take the medium brush and just kind of blend that. But see, okay, I feel like once I started blending, it's just doing that thing again. Like, it just instantly became like really patchy up here. Look at that. I'm gonna walk into this Bite Beauty lip lab and they're gonna be like, you are a beauty blogger? I mean, I feel that way most days, I'm not gonna lie to you, but well, then my plan was to put the middle shimmer on top. So I'm just gonna add that kind of right in the center. Okay, the shimmers are really nice, but it's like the second you try to blend them out, yeah, I'm just gonna layer over everything. This is literally just me adding more shadows to try to take away from it looking bad. This is good. But like, look at how gorgeous that shimmer is. I'm just not gonna touch it with a blending brush. Not gonna touch it. So if it looks a little harsh, so be it. I'm just gonna use the brush that I used with my powder to sweep away any fallout. And then I think I'm actually just gonna add a little bit of powder back in. And yeah, go from there. Man, I'm bummed. Actually, I just had to switch my camera battery and I was sitting here like, okay. But like, I feel like that shimmer looks really good. It's just, even when I put shimmers down, I then usually blend it out a little bit, but it's like you can't. You blend it and things immediately become a patchy mess. Like, I know this palette is more inexpensive, but it's not that I thought the Pat McGrath eyeshadow quality was bad. I just didn't think it was really worth the price tag. So that's why when there's these smaller releases, like I one time bought like a 5-pan that came in like clear packaging around holiday time. I felt like that one had nice, especially shimmers in there though. This one, the quality is like really throwing me through a loop. So I'm sad about that. I was gonna do, a lot of times I'll take like a dark shadow and I'll do a liner. And I was gonna do it with the purple, but I don't wanna do that. I don't think that's gonna end well. So I'm just gonna take a smaller brush and dip into that first shade. And I'm gonna add this to the inner corner. And then also the brow bone. I think that looks like a pretty shade. I'm just taking some of the Glossier eyeliner in ink and adding that to my waterline and also to tight line. I'm gonna try to mix together the two mattes on, this is a angled brush, and add this to my lower lash line. I'm gonna try not to blend a lot, like I'm gonna pack it really close and then just kind of leave it alone. Dog is in the bathroom behind me, so I film in a bedroom. This over here is a door to the bathroom, and my dog, I don't want to say her name because she'll wake up. She is snoring so loud. She sleeps, she usually sits on my office chair or on like a stool when I film. And so I usually just roll her into the bathroom on my chair and I can just hear her snoring away. It's quite comical. She is not impressed with what we have going on today. Right. So we're just gonna leave it like that. And I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna play with the eyeshadow palette some more and maybe just with some of the shimmers and see how they do by themselves, because it is a mostly shimmer palette. The quality is not very much impressing me with this one. I'm super bummed about that. Wow. Wow, I'm bummed about that. I don't have a new mascara, so I just added some from Lawless Beauty, the One and Done. I think if I wasn't pressed for time, I have to leave in 15 minutes for my appointment. I might do lashes just to try to, but like, I like how the shimmer ended up looking. I just am feeling not, I don't know. I'm just not feeling super pleased with how the eye look turned out. So it was like maybe lashes could like help hide it. But I just uploaded an empties video yesterday, a beauty empties, and my Lawless mascara was in there, and I was like, I have another one. So I busted that one open. The video I will put up in the cards if you want to see a new empties, but woo, this is just not going the way that I had planned. But let's finish it off. You know, I bought 3 lip products. So hopefully, I'm just really hoping like one of the 3 I will end up like. I'm first gonna start off with the Kosas lip liner. Again, I got the shade Peak. Not like it was a bad lip liner, but it's not very like smooth and creamy. Like even when I just first went like this, I was like I feel like I'm kind of tugging at my lips. I like something that is really smooth and just easy to apply on the lips. This I just felt like, again, like just like I was like tugging across my lips. Okay. But we're gonna, like, I'm just gonna try all 3 lip products and see what we come up with. I'm gonna do the Give Beauty, the matte lipstick in Tragic Me. Give this one a shot. It's a really pretty shade. To me, it definitely gives the lips that very kind of pouty look, which a lot of times like matte lipsticks I feel like it can do. It definitely feels more matte. Like again, it's not gonna be the smoothest of lipsticks, but oftentimes even a matte bullet lipstick, it's not gonna be the absolute like smoothest, creamiest lipstick, so I'm kind of used to that. And when I press my lips together, it almost kind of feels more of like that powdery matte feeling, like the MAC powder lipsticks. I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to give this a try when I'm not gonna top it with a gloss, but I really like the shade Tragic Me. I think that looks really pretty. I'd be curious to know, like, I definitely want to test out the wear time and all of that. I think it pairs nicely with the lip liner. So far so good on the lipstick. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and top it with that Tarte gloss, and this one again is in Peachy Beige. So I'm just going to, I don't think I love that you have to like click it up because then it can't go back down. That's a little annoying, but I'm just gonna add this right on top. I can say I can already feel my lips getting pretty dry with the lipstick, and I just put it on. So we'll have to see like if I'm wearing this all day, if it's gonna be one of those that I'm kind of like I do the lizard. Like I feel like I have to constantly keep licking my lips. I don't know. We shall see, but I'm gonna go ahead and add the Tarte. Okay, that's pretty. Very smooth, easy to apply. Looks good with the lip products that I already have down. Ooh, okay. I'm starting to get a little bit of that plumping feeling. So far, it's nothing too much. It's just almost like maybe I stuck a piece of Big Red in my mouth or something like that. Like it's not too, I don't like anything that's gonna be over tingly, but I think that looks like a nice gloss. If Tarte is my favorite thing from this haul, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. It'd just be wild to me because Tarte has not been my favorite of brands recently, but I like that. I want to try it by itself too, like with just a lip liner. So I'll be testing out these products in a variety of ways, in all kinds of conditions and all of that, so I can come back to give a really full review, because everything in here was just my first impression, but not really a lot of standouts to me. I mean, the Summer Friday SPF, I really want to see how my skin reacts to it and how it wears and all of that, but I mean, it seemed fine. It's just gonna be kind of like, is it worth it, or do I like the Ilia more because it does have a tint? So even though you have to pay $30 more, is it worth it to have something that's kind of evening out the skin tone? The Saie Beauty concealer, I can't say it was my favorite off the bat, but I'm definitely gonna try it out some more and see what I think of it. I just don't know if it's really gonna be for me. Like, I don't know if I think it's gonna be like not a great concealer, but maybe just not great for me. Haus Labs bronzer, again, I just didn't lose my mind over it. Really need to give that one a few more shots. The brow pencil I thought was okay, just took a little bit longer. Obviously Pat McGrath, I was just really not feeling on that one. The Kosas lip liner, a little bit too tuggy, but the Give Beauty lipstick, it might be a little bit on the dry side, so I'm gonna test that out. But the Tarte looks nice, so again, I'm kind of surprised about that. So that's just a little run through, and here is my final look. I'm definitely very sweaty because I can't film with my air conditioning on because it's too loud. So if you've noticed me getting even more dewy as this video goes on. That is why. But that's gonna do it for today's video. My latest Sephora haul and try on. Not my most successful of hauls. I'm curious to hear your thoughts though. Have you picked up any of these products recently? And then stay tuned. I will have some reviews coming for you. But other than that, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give this one a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.